Hello everyone, this is going to be a quick and simple video demonstration of the settings for first-person view on Grand Theft Auto 5 for next-gen and PC. Some folks on Reddit were complaining about getting nausea and motion sickness effects from playing in first-person, and one of the nice perks about the next-gen versions of Grand Theft Auto 5 is the ability to play in first-person for the first time, without using mods, of course. But unfortunately, Rockstar made some horrible decisions as far as the settings in the game, which I can easily see how many people have motion sickness and problems like that when playing in first person. First off, we'll show here, these are the default settings for your controls. Just scroll through here real quick. Your camera and display. These are the three setting criteria that are relevant to first-person view. What we're going to do here is a quick test. I'm going to do some running, some shooting, and some melee, and we'll show the difference between default settings and my settings, and how my settings are much smoother and easier for the people to get used to. So let's see. We'll do some running here. One of the big problems with the running, as you can see, is the head bobbing, which is more realistic, but it can lead to motion sickness and other problems. The other issue is the default settings have you tapping X just like you do in third person, which gets tiring and annoying. So let's run around here. Alright, let's get punch this annoying bitch right here on her phone. Let's do some melee in first. Well, that was easy. I want someone to fight me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up. Get up. Come on. Let's go. Oh, pussy, huh? I'll hit you. Get back here. Look at all these weaklings. Well, let's do some shooting. And now, immediately, one thing you'll notice, the screen flashes every time I get a kill. Not great for people with epilepsy. Also, as soon as I zoom in, everything in the distance gets a haze to it. Which, again, is realistic. That's your depth of field. And in real life, you know, when you're viewing something close up, things in the distance will fade out a little bit naturally to your eye. But it can be annoying when you're trying to play video games. Let's interact with these cops here. All these people running scared. And let's show the first-person cover system. Oh! See? Again, realistic, but not the greatest thing if you want to be able to see what's going on around you and be aware of your surroundings. Let's do some rolls. Oh yeah, that can really set someone with motion sickness off. Oh, that is annoying. Alright, so we've seen just how bad the default settings can be. I'm going to switch over to my settings, and you'll see the vast difference that it makes. Alright folks, we're now in my settings. I'll give you a quick look at those. And of course, I'll be putting screenshots in the comments for people who want to get a better look at the settings. Under controls, the ones I will point out, we've changed the first-person control type to standard FPS. All this does is switch the run button from being X to being L3, just like your average first-person shooter. And X is now crouch when you're on foot. The nice thing about this is it allows you to run basically indefinitely, only pressing one button. Push your left stick forward, as if you're going to move in that direction. Click the left stick down like a button for L3. Click it one time, you don't even need to hold it. Click it while still holding forward, and you'll run indefinitely, as long as you don't bump into stuff or try to turn around too sharply. You can make pretty wide turns, but if you try to like immediately turn around, you'll stop running. But it's very simple. Hit L3 again real quick while pushing forward, and you'll be running again. No more holding and spamming X all day long. X, 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 X. It wears out your thumb, and it's just annoying to listen to all night. That constant, that annoying sound right there. So, standard FPS is what you want it at. All these ones, these first three, you're going to set them to halfway. And then again, you can look at the rest. The ones I will point out, this is your aim and look dead zone. They have this set to about halfway standard. And what this does is when you're actually using your left stick to look left or right, there's a slight dead zone. When you start moving it, let's say you want to look left, when you start moving the stick left, there's a slight gap before when you're moving it, before the controller actually picks up the signal and then puts it on the screen as you turning to the left. That gap can be quite annoying because you start, if you gingerly point it to the left, thinking, oh, I'm going to slowly pan left, and it doesn't, so you move it a little bit more, and finally it picks up the signal and starts moving you. So if you turn the dead zone all the way off, whatever your movements are on the stick will translate on the screen. No more of this weird gap before it starts picking up the signal. Allow movement when zoomed is pretty self-explanatory. When you're zoomed in with a sniper rifle, you can still move around on foot. The rest of these are your personal decisions, whether you want the hydraulics and drive-by, that's all up to you. Next, we'll go to camera. Allow independent camera modes is very important. This allows you to be in first person on foot and third person while in a vehicle if you want to be in third person in a vehicle. You want to actually set your vehicle camera height to high. I don't know why that was still set at low. I apologize. Auto level camera off. What this does is, let's say you look, when you're in a vehicle in first person, you look to a little bit up or a little bit down. After a second or two, the camera will rise back up to center on its own unless you're constantly looking in that direction. With this off, you can look out the left side of your car, and it'll continue to look out the left side of the car until you change your view back to center. Field of view. You want to turn this all the way up. This gives you a broader, wider screen and allows you to see your surroundings a bit better. Gives you better visuals of the game. Ragdoll, combat roll, head bobbing, you want those all off because in first person, well, they contribute to the motion sickness and problems like that, and they're just annoying. Third person cover you want on. This allows you to be in first person when you're running and shooting, but if you try to take cover behind a wall or behind a car, you'll go into third person so you can see better around the corner and see your surroundings a bit better. Vehicle auto center and vehicle hood. Turn those off. That's again just in first person driving. Most people don't do it, but for the rare times you do drive in first person, these settings will be nice. Finally, we have display. Radar, HUD, weapon target, that's all your own personal preference. The only ones we really need to look at are down at the bottom. In-game depth of field effects. Turn those off. Again, it's more realistic, but it can be annoying to the eye when you try to sight someone who's, room distance away and then everything behind them turns blurry. Screen kill effects, not really noticeable in first person, but in multiplayer online, it's quite annoying, especially in the death matches when you go on a kill streak and your screen gets these weird reds and greens and these kind of echo effect to the screen. It's really bad. In single player, you really only notice it when you kill somebody. You'll get kind of a brief flash. So we'll go from there. I'll show you the difference. Here's some basic running. Again, all I have to do to run is press L3 forward, press the stick forward, press L3, click it down, and now I'm running. I have to hold it forward to continue to run, but I don't have to press the button down. I just have to hold the stick forward. And to turn, I just use the right stick. I can do a complete 180, still running. A wide sweep, still running. The only thing that'll stop you is if you bump into something. If I bump into this car, I come to a stop. But it's real easy. Click your stick in again, and you're running again. Real simple, easy, much, much, much better than clicking X all day long. Melee in first person isn't much difference, but you do have less of the head bobbing, less of the wiggle on your screen. Melee in first person always going to be a bit bad, especially in online though, because unfortunately your character doesn't look straight in front of them. Your character is actually turned slightly at an angle with your head looking at like where this sign is when you're in first person. So in Melee, you actually want to aim slightly to the right of people when you go to punch at them, and then you'll get a solid hit. Let's do some shooting here. You'll notice no more of those weird flashes on the screen, and no more haziness in the distance. The entire game is clear. We've got some cops coming here, so we'll take cover. Let's kill this driver so I can use her car for cover. Oh, his car. You Justin Timberlake looking piece of shit. Now, when I take cover, I'm in third person. I can see those cops there. I can look behind me down the street. I have complete situational awareness due to the third person. I can now shoot these cops over here. And I'm still in cover. He got me. Well, that's it, folks. I hope the settings help. Again, I'll put them in the description as an album for if you want to look at the settings and go through them on your own time slowly. If not, you should be able to pick them up from the video, and I hope this helps.